Hi there! Welcome to MCSI. My name is Anna. In this video, I will demonstrate how you can use PEStudio to classify malware samples. Once you have received a malware sample for analysis, the first step is to classify it and gather information about it for further analysis. The file utility can be used to determine a file's type. Have you watched the video on our channel where we demonstrate using it? If not, you can find the link to it in the description box below. If you want to know more about the portable executable file format, I invite you to read this article in our library. For example, if you have identified that it is an executable in PE format, then you can use tools like PEStudio to statically analyze it. I will show you how. Here, we have a clean executable. We can see that PEStudio has identified the file hashes, file size, and entropy. Entropy is a value between 0 and 8, which indicates the level of randomness of a PE file's contents, with 8 being the highest. Typically, samples with a high entropy value are either encrypted or obfuscated or packed. It can be confirmed when advanced static analysis is performed. Then you can find out which tool or platform was used to create this executable, followed by information about the sample. For the subsystem property, the most common values seen are GUI or console. GUI samples display a window during their operation. Console samples require user interaction from the command line. Ransomware samples have been observed that operate entirely from the command line. The value of this property is significant. Here, you can view the sample compilation time. For both legitimate and malicious samples, it is possible to find a compiler timestamp value in the past or in the future. In some cases, malware authors deliberately set an unusual date. This value is worth noting. PEStudio also indicates whether the sample has been marked as clean or malicious in VirusTotal. Since this is a legitimate Windows executable, there are no hits in VirusTotal. In the Indicators section, you can find the names of imports, strings, or even sections within the sample that PEStudio considers suspicious. By including an item in the Indicators section, PEStudio is simply calling attention to analyzing it further. It is possible to find a number of false positives. Following this, you can view the various portions of the executable. Take a look at the various sections. Section names begin with a dot. The commonly found ones are text, data, resources, our data, etc. Here is another sample with unusual section names. These names indicate that the sample is packed with UPX. Now, let's talk about two values: the raw size and virtual size. Raw size indicates a section size within the binary, and virtual size indicates that section size once it has been loaded into memory. A difference of few bytes is normal. For the data section, the virtual size is larger because some variables may be initialized in memory. The file ratio indicates what percentage of space a particular section occupies within the binary. Within the Resources section, it is possible to find images, cursor data, manifest information, etc. Malware authors sometimes embed malicious code and binaries here. Tools like Resource Hacker can be used to analyze the contents of this section. I invite you to watch a video about the same on our channel. The Libraries section contains the names of shared libraries used by this executable. To find the names of functions imported from these libraries, take a look at the Import section. PEStudio has already flagged some imports as suspicious. To confirm whether the imports have been used for malicious activities, deeper analysis is required. I would recommend researching about AP as commonly used by malware. It would help you flag potential suspicious imports. The Export section contains functions that have been exported for use by other binaries. Within the Strings section, it is possible to find unusual file names, file paths, commands, IP addresses, etc. Some binaries have an Overlay section. It contains additional files required for the binary to carry out its task. Cyber adversaries embed portions of malicious code within this section that is used as the sample executes. It is important to note whether a sample contains an Overlay section or not. Some samples may also contain certificate information. This sample does not have one. It is important to confirm the validity and authenticity of a certificate. Now, let's observe a malware sample in PEStudio. This is a 32-bit executable that uses the GUI. It was created using Visual Studio. It has a high entropy value. It is possible that the sample is either obfuscated or packed or encrypted. The compilation timestamp indicates that the sample was created quite recently. Many antivirus engines have flagged this sample as malicious. We can also find some indicators of suspicious activity. Next, let's take a look at the sections of this binary. There are some sections with unusual names. Consider the file ratio. Even though this section has a raw size of 0 and no assigned file ratio, it occupies some space in memory. The huge difference between raw size and virtual size is suspicious. These sections may contain malicious code. These are the libraries used. This one is used for cryptographic operations, and this one is used to create network socket connections. These are the functions imported from these libraries. The send socket function is used. It is possible that once the sample is executed, it attempts to send data to the adversary. It can be confirmed once advanced static analysis and behavioral analysis are performed. The sample has 43 resources. This is a huge number. A number of strings are present. I highly recommend running this sample through Resource Hacker. There are strings indicating network activity. This sample has no overlay or certificate. Here is another malicious sample that contained a Windows symbols path with an unusual name. This string has been found in a previously identified malware called Redline Stealer. I hope you have a good idea now about how PEStudio can be used to rapidly analyze malware samples. Start with identifying the file type, subsystem in use, and entropy level. Assess how VirusTotal has flagged the sample. Then analyze the various sections, including section names, file ratio, and the difference between raw section size and virtual section size. Then examine the imports, strings, resources, overlays, and certificates. Here's a project idea for you. Select 3 legitimate executables from your Windows computer. Select 3 malicious executables. Analyze them all using PEStudio. This activity will help you get acquainted with the PE file format and how suspicious executables can be quickly classified. If you liked this video, please hit like and share this video on social media. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to receive more videos like this one. Join our online community of students learning useful cybersecurity skills if you haven't already. To register for a free account right away, go to our website. Happy learning and see you soon!